1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Ladybug's Picnic. I'm singing Sesame Street. It's terrible. It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. Sesame Street is communist. I disavow and am disgusted by lame Elmo. They turned him into like overly precious. In the early 25 years ago, they started calling this music that's like cutesy and indie precious. And that's what Elmo has become. He's lame, pathetic. Is it even a he? I don't like Elmo. Or Sesame Street. It was founded by a communist. These people trying to infiltrate our edu-mamification, turning everybody into mamas. It is Tuesday, like I think I said Tuesday, October 8th, AD 2024. There is one line open. I will get to your calls, guys. Some of you guys already on hold. I appreciate it. 1-888-775-3773. Gonna have a loosey-goosey The Hake Report show. I'm live on Rumble, YouTube, D Live. What's up, people? Facebook, I presume. I may touch a little bit on relationships. Just call me Joel Friday. Hey, based. Because I've noticed that everybody's selfish. And some of them don't know it. Nice. But is there anything else? You know, that Sissy gal died. Cissy, I didn't know she was still alive. Cissy Houston. I wasn't even familiar with her. But Whitney Houston's mother died. After Whitney Houston died, OD'd in a bathtub. And then, what's that gal's name? Blanking on her name. The daughter. Bobby Brown. Whatever. Bobby, kind of named after her father. Anyway, the grandmother outlived them all. Wow. Facts versus truth. I'll explain it after the intro. I'm wearing a t-shirt that says facts versus truth, and I will explain it. But I have to get us going, guys. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yeah. It's about time, everybody, to get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3,
Nice.
4. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey, guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how you guys doing? I am fine. It's terrible. I'm doing fine. How are you? I'm watching the beautiful scenery over the San Gabriel Valley in these mountains, Glendora Mountain Road in beautiful Southern California. And it's not too crime-ridden from up here. Not too crime-ridden for me, at least during the daytime. And I am indeed wearing a facts versus truth t-shirt that I designed several years ago. And let me explain it. Facts are not truth. I have people who call into my show with their pet facts that they pretend like they have. Just the facts, Hank. Facts are stubborn things. Shout out. I'm doing the younger than millennial, the Zoomer version of the phone, which is just your hand flat like a pancake, just that means call me. And then to anybody millennial and older, at least older millennial, we say call me, and we do the hang loose sign with the thumb out and the pinky. But the younger ones do this, call me. It's the call me sign. Facts versus truth. Facts are not truth. Data versus facts, but I understand, says Falcon Ing. No. Truth is sort of, pardon me for saying sort of, a spirit. You come from the spirit of truth, or you don't. Some people can tell you the truth by accident, or with malice, or with quote unquote good intentions, and some of it you can accept because you can catch the truth. Shut up, Hank. So that's why I got this shirt, because, you know, like Trump, he tells the truth. JLP, he tells the truth. And then there's nitpickers who fact check them, who are not about the truth at all. Everybody thinks that they're about the truth. You know, Tony from California, a legendary caller on the Hake Report and the Jesse Lee Peterson show, even had an incident today, an episode today. I don't identify with labels. I don't use labels. By the way, white people are the most evil. Tell the truth. Hake tells the truth, sometimes by accident. JLP doesn't tell the truth, says Clayton Bigsby. Psst. What do you know, Clayton? You're blind. So anyway, the HakeReport.com and the HakeReport.creator-spring.com is how you can get your Facts versus Truth t-shirt. And this one is not 100% cotton. It is tri-blend, but it's okay. And shout out to I like nitpickers. I'm a nitpicker. And sometimes it's a like-hate relationship. No, you're right, Hake. I thought of examples, says Falcon Ing. Yeah, like Jesus called out, I don't like that phrase anymore, the Pharisees for nitpicking on one thing and ignoring the big picture. Or JLP called out, criticized, constructive criticism, the Christians who reject Halloween, but they listen to the lies in the mind. They're listening to the father of lies. So you watch yourself. Check yourself. Nice. You know, I'd like to get a call in with, it might be our final call ever. I'm kidding around. With David in Ocala, Florida. David in dangerous Ocala, Florida. David, how are you doing? Oh, hold on. Let me unmute you here. Hang on. You're not on air yet, David. You're not on air. What's up, David? How are you doing?
Can you hear me now?
I can. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. That's why I called, man. I wanted y'all people to pray for these people, man, because there's so much trash out on the streets down there that it's just going to get blown all over the place.
Trash from like litter bugs? They're in general just...
No, trash from the other hurricane that, that got them, man. I mean, it's
by trash,
it could be devastating.
You mean debris?
Yeah, debris. They have like couches, freaking chairs. They got, all the stuff that, they didn't anticipate that another hurricane was going to come a week later. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's relatively new news that this Milton is coming. Because they had Hurricane Helene, and now they have Hurricane Milton, and Milton's supposed to be much more powerful and destructive than Helene.
Sure.
And Helene was plenty destructive.
Right. Yeah. It just depends on where it comes in. So pray that it comes into the least populated areas. The best would probably be for it to come south of Tampa, to be honest with you.
Oh.
And every little bit, I'm expected probably to get 75-mile-an-hour winds with maybe gusts up to 90 miles an hour, and that is no fun, man. I mean, to hear that around your house, and then you lose your electricity, very uncool, man.
Yeah. I knew a Texan who was going without power for days, maybe even weeks on end, and it simplified his life. Maybe it sort of complicated his life too, but interesting, man.
Well, here's the thing. One of the forecasts had it coming right over my house for a long time, and I thought about what I told you that, I live in probably the safest place, after that, we talked about Helene.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, you got to be kidding me. I mean, if this thing comes right over my, I'm going to wait. I'm putting up sandbags and stuff like that. But at the last moment, I might board up my windows. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how bad it could get, bro.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
We're wishing you well. We're praying for you. We're pulling for you. I don't know if we can move God's, I don't know if we're going to have God moving the hurricane away from wherever it's going to land.
But people, man, because I'm not in as worse a spot as these other people are going to be in, man. They're going to be anybody that lives on the I-4 corridor between that Tampa and Orlando is going to get some serious wind. I mean, we're talking, unless that front busted up some, okay, and hopefully that'll happen. Yeah,
Oof.
so. But, hey, can I talk about one other thing before I get off?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah. What about this WNBA thing, okay, with this Caitlin Clark girl?
I heard that she was Rookie of the Year, right? Was that what happened recently?
They ran her out, man. She's like, I'm going to Europe. Screw you. I mean, you can tell these black girls are so racist.
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, yesterday. They said she's out. She's going to Europe.
She's leaving Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that she's leaving the NBA. Is she just doing that in the off season to make more money? Because
you might be right. I don't know, man. According to the news, it was like she was like, I'm out. I'm not being treated this way. And they're like freaking out because they're about to lose their cash cow because she really pulled in. I mean, they were selling 5,000 tickets and it went to 17,000 wherever she plays at. That's huge. Okay. And her jersey sold like crazy. And she's just sick of being treated bad, those black, who's the racist?
No, I think that I'll think she's going to be back because 5 days ago, unless she changed her mind from 5 days ago, she posted on Instagram, see you all in year 2.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe the news media is wrong.
Oh.
Maybe they're just trying to stir up some stuff, who knows?
Yeah, where did you hear this? What did you?
Yesterday, I heard it on the news. I heard it like a couple.
Oh, well, maybe you're up on something that I don't know. If it's not on CNN Morning Update, I don't hear about it. And CNN likes to snub the whites. So
they were showing all the black girls with the fake eyelashes and the fake hair, like William talks about. You know what I'm saying? They were showing all them and how they were hate her. They hate her. I mean, because she sinks all those 3-pointers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she's sinking 3-pointers 5 feet behind the line, man. I mean, that is crazy. I've never seen.
That's a strong girl. That's cool.
I mean, she's dumping them too.
Right on. I like her form. She has good form when she takes that shot.
Yeah, she does.
I mean, I've only seen her shoot like 3 times max, but it looks smooth. And she's tall, 6 foot.
Yeah. Hey, do you watch football? Do you watch NFL?
Not at all. I do not.
Yeah, don't watch it, man. It's so pathetic now. I can't even stand watching it no more, especially the Kansas City Chiefs. I saw a play last night, and the receiver knew he wasn't going to catch this pass because it was going to be 5 yards over his head, so he just grabs the defender and gets the interference flag. Pretty blatant. Okay? Yeah. So it's just they've ruined it. I mean, they've ruined everything. Monday Night Football, they've ruined everything compared to what it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just absolutely, man. Well, listen, thanks for taking my call. If I have my electricity on, I'll call you back Friday or something, let you know I'm okay. Other than that, if you don't hear from me by Monday, I got no electricity.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right,
so
bro?
we shall not fear the worst. Thank you, man.
Right. Don't fear the worst, man. Okay.
Cool.
Just hope for those poor people that are south of me, man, because this is not.
Well, hopefully
fun
it's
to
only
deal
their
with.
property at risk. Hopefully most of them had the sense to get out of there if that's what they should do. And a lot of people are saying that that's what they should do. Mandatory evacuation for some areas. Mandatory.
Yeah. Right. Because what happens is you get up and you go outside and there's 8 foot of water out in the parking lot.
8
over
feet.
your cars.
That is wild.
Or 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
It pushes all that water up into the land.
That's the storm surge, huh? That's the storm surge effects.
Yeah. But hey, thanks for taking my call first, man. You have a great show, and I'll let you know within a few days what went down. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
All right. Keep me in your thoughts.
All right. Will do.
All right. Later on. All right, buddy. Bye.
Bye. Stephen in Maryland. William's on the hold too. There's one line open. Stephen in Maryland, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing fine.
Hey, right on.
I'm going to take a page for William. How are you today?
I am fine.
Did you have a nice weekend?
I did.
Did you have your caviar for this evening?
I don't eat which one is caviar?
The one with the fish eggs.
No, I don't eat that stuff.
Oh.
I eat the fried octopus legs or squid legs or whatever it is, calamari.
You don't know, me and my friends, we have a good time.
Thank you, man.
Me and my friends, whatever. But anyway, here's what I'm talking about, that nut William. Why is he worried about women's hair? Men don't look at women's hair. I don't care. She didn't have any hair.
Oh. I mean, I do.
I don't.
I sympathize for the black gals who thought it necessary to mess with their heads so much.
Well, it's their hair. Okay.
I know, but it's eventually it becomes not their hair.
What?
It becomes
but it's
where
still
it's
a free country. She can do
it is,
but
but a lot of the gals, a lot of people, women especially, and black gals, particularly with this issue,
what about the cancer
do
patients?
stuff with their faces, their bodies, and their hair that are not necessary to be even be pretty.
It's fine with me.
But anyway, we wish them well.
Yeah, okay.
And you're right. We shouldn't be
Hey, he's looking at her.
distracted.
I'm looking at her face and her body. That's it.
And you could, to heck with her hair. Nice.
Right. To heck with her hair. What about a cancer patient?
A cancer patient is bald.
Right. What about her hair?
That happened. Well, that happens. But she looks better when she gets her hair back.
Right? That comes from that chemo radiation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, another thing about Mr. William, how dare he talk about my person I'm going to vote for? Talking about Kamala, talking about picking up, what he said, picking up paper clips under Governor Brown's desk.
I don't know. That's... Oh, your phone's getting messed up, Stephen in Maryland. I got to put you on hold. The phone is a mess. Derek or somebody, please check on Stephen's phone. Thank you. Appreciate it. What a mess. He was being messy anyway. I don't care about his call. Normally, he's better than this. I would like to cover some of the news that took place today. I mentioned in Hake News at the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson show that this gal Cissy died. Cissy, and I didn't know about her, by the way. Cissy Houston. Rest in peace to Cissy Houston, according to Common Nonsense Network, CNN. The 2-time Grammy-winning singer, I don't know Grammy-winning singers, mother of Whitney Houston, died yesterday, in hospice care. That's when they're taking care of you before you die. They're figuring that you're dying. An award-winning recording artist, Cissy Houston, they call her by her last name, but Cissy, led a successful career over decades, recording 10 solo albums, 4 compilation albums, and 5 collaborative recordings. And look at this gal. Beautiful black gal. Is that her hair? Speaking of hair, by the way. Cissy Houston, Grammy-winning singer. I didn't know that. Dead at 91. Gone too soon. Is that too soon? 91? I think that's not necessarily too soon. 30th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr. concert. Oh, gosh. And she's black. We cut her some slack, right? Mother to Whitney Houston. And Whitney Houston died in a bathtub. Too soon. At like the tender age of like 50 plus or minus. She was 91. Surrounded by family. She had Alzheimer's. That's when your mind goes. I've worked, volunteered with the Alzheimer's patients, not because I'm this good person or whatever, but because I had they force you to do volunteer work when you go to a Christian college. Our hearts are filled with pain and sadness. A black guy took a swing at me at the Alzheimer's place, by the way. And I didn't blame him. We lost him, but he missed, of course. We lost the matriarch of our family, said Pat Houston, daughter-in-law. Mother Cissy, Cissy, strong and towering figure in our lives, a woman of deep faith and conviction, cared greatly about family, ministry, and community. 7-decade career in music and entertainment remain at the forefront of our hearts. Her contributions to popular music and culture unparalleled, so says she. I had never heard of her, but that's Hake. Hake doesn't know pop culture. 1938, she was 5 years old, began her singing career. Gospel group, the Drinkered Four. But I want to see about Whitney and the daughter Bobby something. Whitney Houston died in 2012 at the tender age of 48, like half the age that her mother died. She recorded with Chaka Khan, Beyonce, Bette Midler, somebody Franklin. Jimi Hendrix, Elvis, David Bowie, and her daughter. I want to see about Bobby. Let's see. Are they going to mention Bobby? Bobby Christina, yeah. Wait, Bobby Christina, I thought she died, right? Oh, yeah, alongside her daughter Whitney and granddaughter Bobby Christina. Imagine that, being a mother and both your daughter and your granddaughter, the most famous ones anyway, die before you. Bobby Christina died at the age of 22, 3 years after her mother. And I think she overdosed or something. And then Whitney's husband eventually died. Bobby Brown. Bobby Christina Brown. She had her dad's last name. That's cool. I remember JLP covering this Bobby Christina gal and Whitney Houston a bit. There were some local radio hosts who got in trouble. I was just thinking about it this week for saying Whitney Houston looked like a crack H. The oh hey thing? Crack H. a towering figure, and the children were a mess. Children and grandchildren, a mess. But she survived. Rest in peace. Terrible, huh? Let me get to William in California on the line here. William, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Doing fine, thank you.
Good. So when did she die? That went over my head.
Monday, just yesterday. Cissy Houston.
Oh, yeah, Cissy. Yeah, you know, they're all related. Whitney, Cissy, Dee Warwicks, Dionne Warwick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they've been singing for decades, man. You're talking about the Houstons, man. That's in the Warwick family. That's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I didn't know that. Dionne Warwick, I remember that name.
They are part of the group called, in the late 60s, early 70s, called the Sweet Inspirations. They were the backup singers for the great Elvis Presley.
Wow. So cool.
And you mentioned about Chaka Khan. Yeah, Whitney at 17 was a backup singer for Chaka Khan on her first solo album. You know the one that song I'm Every Woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Chaka's first solo album when she left the group Rufus in the late 70s. And Whitney, Luther Vandross, Lisa Fisher,
some of these names,
all backup singers for Chaka Khan on her first solo album. And the Houston family, yeah, they're quite the family, man. They're embedded. They got a lot of history.
Talent, but not a lot of sense, just like many of us, I guess.
Yeah. Because Bobby Christina, how old was she?
22.
And
when she died,
see, they tried
overdose.
to put all of these drug stories on Bobby Brown, which he had some, a little bit to do with. He was a partier.
They tried to blame. That's right. They tried to blame the husband, Bobby Brown, for Whitney Houston getting hooked on drugs. Never any responsibility for the women. It's all victimhood.
He partied a lot when he was young,
right?
With New Edition and his solo career, he partied a lot. But it went under the radar that Whitney was gangster. She was street.
Oh.
And she was the one that was holding all the drugs and doing all of that stuff. And Bobby got into a fist fight with her best friend, who was a lesbian, and Bobby didn't want her around Whitney because there was a lot of drug use in the house around the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Christina. Yeah. So this is a big family. Dee Warwick, Dionne Warwick, Cissy Houston, Whitney Houston. Yeah. Big time family.
Terrible.
In the business.
Yeah. Great songs, great voices, but a mess.
Yeah. And then you got a connection to Elvis.
Yeah.
As backup singers. They were Elvis Presley's backup singers when he
another mess. Elvis himself also couldn't handle life.
Right.
Yeah.
It turns out like that, doesn't it? It seems like that, with these artists.
Yeah.
David, I hope David's going to be okay down there.
Yeah.
He was talking about the Caitlin Clark story. Yeah, it did come up that she could leave. She could jump ship and go to another league.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think she's going to do it, but they're holding him to the fire because she was unanimous minus one vote for Rookie of the Year. So they've been so jealous of her that Charles Barkley and ESPN, they're all kind of holding them to the fire saying, okay, who is this one vote that said she wasn't Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
And so David is pointing out the jealousy and the eyelashes and the fake hair. And
I don't want to take that away from him. He is right that there's a lot of jealousy. Evil against that gal.
Yeah. I mean, she is the best, and she brought a lot of money to the league, and I think they were talking about what if she jumped ship.
Okay.
Like Charles Barkley said, you can't mess this up any better. She jumped ship, your ticket sales go down.
Yeah. True.
So I guess that's what they're probably talking about and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder what's going on. Your phone is breaking up, and I don't know if it's ours. It's on our end or your end. Might have to reset the stack or something. You guys hear that out there? Is that hang on, William. Hang on. Let me check on Steve. Let me check to see if Steven is sounding better. Pardon us. Steven in Maryland, are you there? No, it's no good. Let me just try one more thing real quick. Hang on, Steven. We might have to have you guys hang up and call back. Let me check on Kyle in Massachusetts just to experiment here. I think we'll have to reset. Kyle, are you there? Kyle.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, man? He's okay.
How's it going, brother?
It's going okay, but it might be iffy, so we'll see. Thank you, Kyle. Go ahead.
It's not bad. My sound's not bad.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Go ahead.
Okay. What do you mean we'll see what happens?
I said we'll see what happens because the last two callers, their phones suddenly went crunchy.
The last two callers don't have anything to do with... The last two callers have nothing to do with me, dude.
No, but they may have something to do with me on our end.
Okay.
If there's something going on our end, then that's what I mean. We'll see what happens. Go ahead.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. So we were doing... So this is like continue... If anyone... Whoever's out there watching, like, that heard us talking about music and mind control the last, 5 times or whatever, I guess this is a continuation where I just wanted to say that, and this ties into MK Ultra, which has a lot to do with, they use music a lot, but this part of it, I wanted and you don't have to look it up in real time. If you want to, you can, but this is a real thing. I verified it. And people know this stuff now, that the father of propaganda, his name was Edward Bernays, and his nephew. And so Edward Bernays is the father of propaganda, and he is related to Sigmund Freud, and his nephew is part of the founding of Netflix, as well as Barack Obama.
Sounds like a talented family.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's kind of like giants in their field, kind of like the Houstons and the Warwicks that we were talking about with Whitney Houston and her mother and her daughter. I don't know if her daughter was good, but interesting.
God bless her. She passed away. Hopefully her family was around her 91.
What's MK Ultra? Is that a government thing? Trying to propagandize suckers, useful idiots, something like that? It's the government
MK Ultra
brainwashing
is
people?
MK Ultra is like watching Fox News for 30 years. No, I mean
nobody gets that. Some people might get that, but I don't get it. Bless you.
Sorry, I got a lot of phlegm right now. Sorry about that. No, but isn't that
TMI?
Wild? So the father of propaganda, he wrote the book on how to do propaganda in like the late 1800s. Edward Bernays.
Okay.
And their incestual bloodline. It's Sigmund Freud's family, the father of psychology somehow, that turned psychology into everything about whatever, something that's not good, that's very much about his own family's disgustingness. So Edward Bernays is the father of propaganda, related to that family. That's his family. I guess that's what a family is to those people. But then his nephew was one of the founders of Netflix.
Oh.
Isn't that
Smart.
kind of strange?
No.
Isn't it kind of
No,
strange?
that's not strange to me.
It makes sense. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, definitely, like, it makes sense, though.
Yeah.
is
It,
what you're
it
saying.
makes a lot of
Like-
sense that brilliant, if evil, you can call them evil, but brilliant people often raise brilliant, if evil, people, and are similar. It's kind of like different kings and different dynasties and all that stuff. Yeah, it's quite believable. It's kind of how life works, and then us normies speculate about what's going on in the world.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Like, just look at it objectively. Don't, oh, wow, like, this is so good. Don't be like a woman and, like, just be like, oh, this conspiracy theory actually is true, and, like, be weird about it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, I understand that. But, like, you never heard any.
I hadn't heard
anything.
I hadn't heard because I don't look into information that much. Sometimes I do, but
Right.
at least this world, I haven't. And it's interesting, those three names that you mentioned, or two,
Yeah,
plus the
and also,
founder
but
of
also,
Netflix.
but also, Barry O. Our
right,
brother,
and Obama. Yeah.
Barry O. He owns Netflix. Like no one talks about that. Like all these degenerate transgendered. I hate you, Mom. I'm cutting myself. And then it's like all these like A20. So A24 is like the company, and it's like all these movies. That's all that Netflix has been for the last like 5 years, and that's why I just stopped watching it.
Good for you. Nice. Yeah, because it's gotten more and more just openly twisted.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
less and less. A lot of it is less and less good and meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. But no one talks about that Barack Obama owns Netflix. Like, it's so
I don't know
weird
about that. I don't know why you're saying that. I know that he's involved in it.
Because he well he might not own it.
Right. So why are you saying that he owns it?
He was one of the founders of it, or
I just know that he's involved. He and Michelle got a deal, and they may have been buddy with them. They're far left extremist liberals.
Listeners, let me just correct what I said. I just want to be clear that everything that I just said in the last 5 minutes.
Fact check it all, and the facts may not be correct, but there may be some truth we can find.
But everything that I said since I called in is a quote from a video game that I don't remember the name of.
Oh.
Just going to say that just so I don't have to be whatever. But yeah, no, but dude, Barry O. What do you think Barry O is like in Netflix, and as it's getting more lefty? Like, I just think it's funny that like more our good Republican pundits don't talk about that. Like, Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan and Alex Jones, like the guys and Jordan Peterson and Eric Weinstein.
I gotta go, Kyle. It's nice talking with you, man.
All right, there we go.
You too. Bye. He's too wild and crazy for me sometimes. I like the guy. Shout out to Kyle in Massachusetts, right? That's where he's from. Okay, okay. William and Stephen are back to normal now. Let me get back to William and finish up with William. Thank you, William, for, I don't know what was going on, if it was on your end or my end. What's up?
Not sure. You guys been having some signal problems, even with the JLP show too. So I don't know which way, which side it came from. So
yeah,
it's okay.
We make it work.
But yeah, I think it's okay now. The Houston family, I just wanted to point out that went over my head that she passed away, and may she rest in peace. She has been in the business for some time now, and she was in her 90s.
Sissy Houston.
From what they say.
Mother to Whitney.
Right.
Do you think that she messed Whitney up?
I don't see, a lot of, propaganda around this thing with parenting.
Yeah.
I don't really see on a regular basis parents, even bad parents. I do not see them actually going out of their way to mess their children up, just like the Jacksons. And
No, it just
a lot of
happens
parents-
naturally. I mean, sort of.
Right.
So they
Who's to
mess them
say?
up, but not on purpose. That's not what I was asking.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I just don't see.
Oh, it's breaking up again, man. The world. William, I appreciate it, man. I gotta run. Apologies if it's on my end. We'll talk again. Take care, man. All right. Man. Okay, back to Steven in Maryland. Steven, what's up? Nope, not good. You know what? Maybe we do this. Steven, thank you for your call. We'll talk again tomorrow. It sounded like you wanted to attack William. I'm not really interested in that, though. But thanks, man. Take care. All right, bye. His phone was sounding better, but I was kind of done with Steven's call. I know Greggatron. I know. Greggatron gave a Streamlabs tip over here, and so did Lin Yan Chin. Thank you, man. Greggatron sort of doubled it up. I refunded you on one of these, Greggatron. Hake, yesterday, I guess my question should have been, Greggatron called from the Midwest, called Hake yesterday, talking about ego and compliments and stuff like that, and how to take it, and the motivation for wanting to do a good job and have people recognize or actually have good results whom you help, whom you train or whatever. Greggatron says, hey, yesterday, I guess my question should have been, do you think it's possible to let the ego die completely? It's an interesting question. Also, don't forget to offer Steven $5. I think I offered him, and he's like, not interested, if I recall correctly. But thank you, Greggatron. I think it's possible to let the ego die completely? Yeah, I mean, it's in the Bible. You see examples of it. You see guys like Trump, guys like JLP, who are just humble. And it's not that fake humble. It's like it's not what you would expect. It's not what you picture in your imitation humble thing. And willing to take the pain and take the abuse, if you will. Sort of a liberal word, abuse. When I say it's in the Bible, letting the ego die completely, ego means self, right? Doesn't it mean self or I? So die to yourself, take up your cross daily, that type of thing. Do nothing out of selfish ambition and vain conceit. Those are phrases from the Bible, paraphrases, of course, because the NIV is what I read when I was a kid. I didn't know better. I didn't know my mom was a liberal. Was she a liberal? Not really. Kind of. No. I mean, all women are liberals. Shout out, ladies. But, that's what I read. I didn't know. I don't necessarily subscribe to the KJV only stuff. Although, shout out to our resident historian, our late, great resident historian, Asmodor, and others in the chat who, to this day, are KJV only. Asmodor no longer is KJV only because he's returned to the Father, to heaven, we hope. That means he doesn't have to rely on the Bible. But it says stuff along those lines of basically, the same idea, letting the ego die completely. Consider others better than you. Thank you, Greggatron. I think it's Intellectually, I think it's possible. Do I live like that? Gotta check yourself. Lin Yen Chin with the super chat, a fact. Oh no, oops. Fact, pointing to the fact on my shirt, is an act of bias. It is filtered opinion, but still just opinion, says Lin Yen Chin. As the mind can never be perfect in any sense, or science becomes moot as a means to minimize uncertainty, also known as doubt, which is insecurity or sin in Bible or Mama talk. Bible talk or Mama talk. You know, Mama calls stuff sin sometimes. Interesting. Kind of like how bringing up a fact in a particular instance indicates your bias toward thinking that fact is relevant when it may or may not be relevant. It's like when I'm talking with the blacks about facts about black crime. Let's say black on black crime. Let's say Hake brings up black on black crime. And just as that fact check I showed you guys, that fact check from USA Today. Do I have that? Let's see. Oops. What am I doing? I'm clicking on the wrong computer. USA Today. Is this the one? I think this is it. Fact check. False claims that oh no, not George Soros. I don't care about that one. My bag. USA Today. I think it was USA Today, right? I don't think that this is it either. Oh, Lord. The sun is mighty, but climate, they have their little fact checks, right? But these are examples of fact checks, too. The sun is mighty. I didn't know that USA Today was in the business of fact checking. They're so silly. Black on black crime, similar to white on white crime fact check. Let's see if USA Today comes up. Yeah, here it is. This is the one that I was looking for. Fact check, rates of white on white and black on black crime are similar. That is not true. But in a manner of speaking, it is true depending on which rate you're looking at. The rate of what proportion of the murders, let's say, or of the homicides, whatever. What proportion of the homicides? 80 to 90%. Similar proportions. But how frequently they actually commit the crime against one another and against other races too, blacks, way out of proportion. It is nowhere near similar. But that's her bias. This fact is her opinion. Lin Yen Chin is right. Is that an accurate thing? Is that an accurate representation or example of what you're talking about, Lin Yen Chin? Oops. Pardon me. Thank you. Beautiful. Lamo, USA Today, pushing the climate change agenda. All their fact checks biased towards liberalism, defending George Soros. Oh, yeah. People are saying that George Soros was wanted in Russia, but something went around, a screenshot went around that he was declared a terrorist in China. And I'm like, I doubt that. A child of Satan, a son of Satan. But maybe it did happen, but it was like an opinion piece. There might be some based people in China, or at least some Soros haters in China. Not that Soros hating is based, but to criticize him, based people might do that. There's no arrest warrant out for Soros, and China never labeled him a terrorist. China don't even believe in God. They support Satan, don't they? The Chinese government has not declared Soros a terrorist. Somebody says there was a 2021 opinion piece. Maybe that's where it came from Global Times Daily Tabloid. Did you know that even the Chinese, have tabloids run by the CCP, Chinese Communist Party? Shout out. If you got to be a communist, might as well be a Chinese communist, a Chi-Com. I'm kidding. I don't know Who's your favorite commie? Living. Has to be alive. The article referenced Soros as a global economic terrorist, per Google Translate. There's George Soros in 2011. Look at that face. That's a striking face. Not a Christian. Anyway, yeah, they didn't, basically. Our rating is false. But anyway, yeah, facts are not truth. I'm glad to see that Lin Yen-chin agrees with me, because Lin Yen-chin is often correct. What's up, D-Live crew? There's Hake looking at the D-Live people. Somebody gave something. Is that, who gave me something? Groovy Monkey gave me a lemon. Thank you, Groovy Monkey. Hey. That's nothing to sneeze at either. 1.2 cents. What's up, over those people over in Rumble? I'm looking at the Rumble. Facts are not opinions, says Jules Verne. What's up, Jules Verne? He's Chad. He's a Chad. If it's a he. My bias is in that saying high crime is good. Not saying... Anyway. Thank you, Jules Verne. Shout out. Okay. Appreciate you guys giving your super chats and some coffees. At least one that came in. Yenrik Yagoda. 3 coffees. He says, the super chatter before me is a beta. Which one would that be? Lin Yen-chin? In the book War by Bob Woodward, the details of the tumultuous behind-the-scenes conflicts and chaos of the Biden and Trump administration. The suspiciously unmarried, oh Lord, Lindsey Graham describes Mar-a-Lago as North Korea and says everyone stands and claps whenever Trump arrives. The book also reports Putin saying, as quoted, Biden as saying, pardon me, Crooked Joe saying, as quoted, Putin is the epitome of evil. And that son of a Bibi Netanyahu, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Sounds like an interesting book, Hake. You should read it. He's a CNN article if you just wanted the highlights off it, quick and snappy. Nice. Well, thank you, Yenrik Yagoda. It's sort of mildly interesting. Mar-a-Lago, North Korea. Everyone just stands and claps when Trump arrives. It sounds like a beta person babbling. Bob Woodward is a woman. He's not a good journalist. Bob Woodward, he's the guy who did... Look at this guy. Isn't that like a woman's face, basically? Shout out to women. Not a pretty woman. This is more like the Sopranos mom woman. Shout out. Sorry, Sopranos mom. Love you, Livia. Robert Upshur, Woodward. What is his thing? Watergate. Yeah. He started working for the Washington Compost as a so-called reporter in 1971. Now he's an associate editor as an honorific title, but they don't employ him anyone. 81 years old, and he's still a beta. So, word to the wise, warning to you, to me, to all people getting older, you may catch a little bit of wisdom here and there, but you could still be a lame-o dummy. Trump secretly stayed in touch with Putin after leaving office, so says a book. As he should. He secretly gave COVID test machines to Putin, so says Bob Woodward book. Ooh, is that like supposed to be bad? Trump campaign blasts Woodward and denies secret Putin calls. Terrible stuff. Pardon me, cuss words. Biden hates Netanyahu. Told you guys, Obama hated Netanyahu. What's wrong with Netanyahu that he can't get along with Biden and Obama? I don't know. He tries to. He presents himself well, but what's wrong with Biden and Obama and apparently cackling lame-o Kamala Harris, Lord have mercy, that they can't get along. It's ridiculous. Let me see if I have this. I feel like let me check my DMs. Don't look at my DMs, everybody. This is from Hake. Yeah, check this out. Check this out. This is evil cackling Kamala Harris, okay? And here's an example of facts, not truth. This is a reply under Michael Tracy, and a former guest on the Jesse Peterson show. Saying a bunch of words without actually saying anything is a standard tactic of politicians. Talented politicians usually have the ability, though, to do so without it being so glaringly, painfully obvious to everyone watching. And this interview was so lame, they didn't even put it on their Sunday evening show, 60 Minutes, how far they've fallen. They were once... My dad used to like to watch them when they had the guy who would wink on one side or the other of the face, who'd be like, at the end. And so they would have a running, which side is he going to wink on now? Oh, he winked on his right. I guess right. They have the black guy interviewing her. Talented politicians usually have the ability to say a whole lot of nothing and not answer the question without it being so glaringly, painfully obvious to everyone watching. Here's the longer cut shared in response to Michael Tracy from Douglas Ritz. He got this sort of a tall video. This is Kamala Harris pretending like she's going to answer the question about the mess going on in the Middle East. You know how Trump says Israel needs to just get it done? Get it done. We need to have peace and order. And then here's a whole lot of nothing from this nobody called cackling Kamala Harris. Listen to this.
We supply Israel with billions of dollars in military aid. And yet Prime Minister Netanyahu seems to be charting his own course. The Biden-Harris administration has pressed him to agree to a ceasefire. He's resisted. You urged him not to go into Lebanon. He went in anyway. He has promised to make Iran pay for the missile attack, and that has the potential of expanding the war. Does the U.S. have no sway over Prime Minister Netanyahu?
The aid that we have given Israel allowed Israel to defend itself against 200 ballistic missiles that were just meant to attack the Israelis and the people of Israel. And when we think about the threat that Hamas, Hezbollah presents, Iran, I think that it is without any question our imperative to do what we can to allow Israel to defend itself against those kinds of attacks. Now, the work that we do diplomatically with the leadership of Israel is an ongoing...
Sorry, guys. They call it uptalk. They call it vocal inflection. The phoniness of this gal. I feel like she's chiding or scolding us. The work we do diplomatically? Okay, I'm sorry. They're trying to... This woman has no authority. Okay, here it goes.
With the leadership of Israel is an ongoing pursuit around making clear our principles, which include the need for humanitarian aid, the need for this war to end, the need for a deal to be done, which would release the hostages and create a ceasefire. And we're not going to stop in terms of putting that pressure on Israel and in the region, including Arab leaders.
Come on, black man.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Base, Bibi!
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
Do we have a real close ally in Prime Minister Netanyahu?
Listen to this.
I think, with all due respect, the better question is, do we have an important alliance between the American people and the Israeli people?
You don't ask the questions,
and the answer
lady.
to that question is yes.
You didn't answer the question. You think it's a better question. That's not a better question, dumb woman. Shout out. Don't call them dumb kids. Too much. Don't say it too much. Pardon me, children, parents, guardians, mothers, fathers. Hake, relax. LOL. Lots of laughs. I think a better question. Word salad. I like salad. Is Gish Gallop a bad word? Hake ticked. I like salad. We have the best word salads. I have the same IQ as auntie. Auntie or auntie? Do you pronounce it auntie or auntie? Lin Yan Chin. Is it auntie or auntie? Gosh, she's so annoying, says Gigi Cash 22. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Kilo Alpha Tango. And I don't even necessarily say that word. Hey, don't get emotional. Winifred, don't get emotional. Yes, we shouldn't. Salad stinks. Except it doesn't stink, it worse. You white, you like salad. She said a whole lot of nothing because she's doing a whole lot of nothing. They're not... It would be great to have... Like I said, I think that even the people who attack Trump for loving Israel... I saw some beautiful pictures of beautiful Trump in beautiful Israel. I think he's in Israel. Looked like Israel. Maybe it's not. He was opposite a tomb stone thing from Ben Shapiro. Beautiful Ben Shapiro. Auntie, unfortunately, says Lin Yan Chen. He's called it Auntie. I like Auntie. Auntie seems hoity-toity. Seems uppity. Let's see if I can find this picture of Trump. This is what real peace looks like. Let me see. Michael Tracy. Let's just scroll through Michael Tracy's. M. Tracy. He has... Pardon me for chuckling. He says, I want to hang this, I want to frame this. I'm printing and framing this. And it's a picture of Trump with Ben Shapiro. And Trump has the skull cap. You know, and there's, what a beautiful language, huh? Isn't that a beautiful looking language? All like squarish, but yet squiggly. As Hebrew, right? Do the black Hebrew Israelites know how to read this and how to write this? Look at all this paper. So I don't know where they are. I feel like I see hints of a flag, American flag. But there's Trump putting some rocks on top of a thing. That's nice. And I think I saw another picture. Cover your eyes, kids, because some of this is vulgar. But they're like, who is Ben Shapiro really? Whoa, is this our friend Elon Musk? Oh, they're at a, that looks like Germany. Or is it not? Is this one of the, like, concentration camps? Look at Elon Musk with his little boy. That's cool. That's fun. And there's, my competitor. What a Chad, huh? You haters, you can hate, but there's Elon Musk and some Jewish guys, or this guy looks like he's Jewish, maybe. Based on that, looks like he has a skull cap. I don't know who that is. He looks sort of familiar. But, yeah, I mean, you want to do some nice PR stuff, you know? Let me not scroll through that. It's dangerous to scroll on X. Dirty website. Don't go there, kids. But there are, if you keep it clean, your feed can be relatively clean. And then just block and report and hide people and stuff who are vulgar, dirty. Blocking is and can be alpha. Ben Shapiro no longer owes JLP lunch, says Hake, because they made a bet for lunch that Trump would win. But it's been more than 7 years, and that means the year of Jubilee has passed, so all debts are forgiven. So says Hake. Free speech is not dirty, Hake. Fair enough. But cussing and filthy references, gossip, and dirty pictures, and graphic videos are not necessarily free speech then, because they can be construed as dirty. Sometimes graphic videos, like graphic violence, not just graphic vulgar things. Sometimes in the right context, it's good to check them out, or it's fine for a person to go see them, review them. But there's a lot of stuff that free speech can be dirty. What the heck? Thank you, chat. Golden Rule TV reasserts free speech is never dirty. Nice. Thank you, Golden Rule TV. So I'm not violating anybody's free speech when they're being dirty. I am violating their right to dirty speech. It makes me chuckle because people freak out over stuff like Trump doing this, being nice, doing nice gestures for Jewish people in Israel and stuff. I don't see the harm because his policies, be they pro-Israel and pro-America, generally, are going to be way better than policies and character and spirit and ways and words and everything. Going to be way better than what we just heard from cackling, lame, phony, ridiculous Kamala Harris or angry, evil Joe Biden. I reassert that he is indeed evil. Nice gestures are of God now? I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying that it's not a big deal. Hake is a Zionist, says Clayton Bigsby. I don't even know what that is. According to Bill Lockwood, I don't know if I would be called a Zionist, necessarily. And Bill Lockwood knows more than you. What do you know? You're blind. Let me get to a call or two, guys. You can call in 1-888-775-3773. Randy, a first-time caller in Rhode Island, is on the line here. It's going well. How are you?
Doing real good out here. Having a little bit of a cookout.
Nice.
Yeah.
I missed the barbecue that was, I got invited to a barbecue by a black gal.
Oh.
But I didn't make it.
Did you really do that? You didn't go?
Yeah.
I didn't go.
Because I don't like to travel these days.
Ooh. Oh, was it multiple states over?
This is Kyle. The heck? You're trying to trick me.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to hang you up now.
Take care, man. What a mess. He got no sense. Tricksters. I wonder if Kyle is of that family. Another super chat from a person. Yes, they are people too. Little Rock, It Man. Something Franklin, as in Aretha? Maybe. I was thinking Kirk Franklin. How dare you? How absolutely dare you? Hake! I was reading this article about Cissy, Cissy. Don't get nervous. I'm not using a slur for the gays. Cissy, Cissy. Uncut Cissy. Did, performed with Franklin. And it was probably Aretha Franklin. Shout out to Aretha Franklin. She died as well. She was a black radical, talented singer. Loved her voice. And she was kind of cute and fat. Not that it's good to be fat, but, she was she had kind of like a cute face. I'm picturing it in my mind. There's more than one Franklin in the world, I was proud of you, how you handled somebody yesterday. The snakes in the snake pit. And for that, you get a break from me until beautiful Halloween. Bobby Brown isn't dead? Oh, he's not? Oh, terrible. And he calls me a name. What does this word mean? Because I used to hear, a stupid person. Because I used to hear on the G.I. Joe cartoons, imbecile. I'm like, whoa, that doesn't sound like a good word. Because it sounds very similar to the A-word hole. A-word hole? A-hole? I just think of it as being, what's an imbecile? But no, it's imbecile. It's a stupid person. Is it a vulgar word? Terms idiot, imbecile, moron, derivatives formerly used as technical descriptors in medical, educational, and regulatory contexts. But us boys, we turned them into slurs. There are people over in England, our English brothers. Cover your ears, English kids, if you're overseas listening to Hake. I wonder if Canadians have this same sense. But spastic, spaz, those words are just mild terms, no harm meant necessarily. Oh, you're spazzing out when you talk about that in America. But overseas, it's considered bad. And there's 2 black popular singers or rappers or whatever have had to change their lyrics. They didn't have to, but they changed their lyrics and re-recorded their songs, re-released their songs without the word spaz in them, and did a whole tweets apologizing. I want to say maybe Nicki Minaj or one of those black sort of people, gal, singer, rapper types. And maybe a Beyonce? Now they're considered offensive. What's that? Spaz, slang, UK. There are other things in the UK that, like, there's some society, right? And so they use that society name, the schoolboys, because they make something. You're going to find a vanilla term for it, and we're going to turn it offensive. We, the boys, the boyish boys, and the men who like free speech. And the ladies, too. No matter what you do, we're going to turn it offensive. But it's not even necessarily offensive if you're not offended. Don't be so sensitive. These sensitive women always changing the language rather than changing their hearts. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Okay, I got on a kick over the word imbecile. Bobby Brown isn't dead, you imbecile. Don't say that, kids. To have a program reporting false news is irresponsible. And this is why people disrespect you and don't take you seriously. That may be true, but Bobby Brown, it turns out, he's only 55? Was he younger? How much older was Whitney Houston than Bobby Brown? They got married. Houston was 29. Bobby Brown was 23. He was a child. I didn't know this. He's 5'10", though. Whitney Houston height. Pardon me, guys. She was 5'8". Okay. He's taller than her, but he was younger than her. 55. Robert Beresford Brown Sr., born in 69. Winter 69, not summer of 69. Singer, songwriter, rapper? I didn't know this. He married Alicia Etheridge later in 2012. Woo. 7 children, including Bobby Christina, who died. So they're trying to blame Bobby Brown, who is alive. Thank you for the correction. I appreciate it. But I don't think that that's why people disrespect me. That may be part of some, occasionally I'll get something wrong, right? I like to get stuff right. Speaking of which, yesterday you mentioned how JLP made a mistake on Twitter and then talked about it didn't. Is Hake the true hero? What mistake did he make? He didn't make any mistake. JLP didn't make a mistake on Twitter. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, JLP didn't make any mistake on Twitter. I think you're mistaking something that when he's talking about when boys were boys and men were men and it was a good shoot. When that man, 5'10", that was a good shoot by that 80-year-old man 10 years ago. It was a good shoot. And it was when boys were boys and men were men. There was no mistake. So, nope. I don't know if you're talking about anything. But you are evil and you are a mess and you are a gossip and that's why nobody respects you. Colby bought our coffee. Here's a nice gesture. Thank you, Colby. Was this nice gesture from God? Anyway, let's get back to calls. Phil in Philadelphia is on the line here. Phil, thank you for calling and holding there, man. What's up?
How we doing?
Hey.
Yeah.
You can't be. Why? What's wrong with you, man? Are you drunk? Are you trying to get yourself banned? Like, we're friends. Why are you treating me like this?
I know. I thought I could do a good Philadelphia accent and like trick you a little bit.
I gotta go. And he's laughing about it. Are you drunk? Oh, he hung up. Irish. What's wrong with the Irish? Did you know that the Irish founded the Aryan Brotherhood? Because the Irish are criminals and they go to prison. But they desegregated, big mistake, desegregated the prisons in, and then so in 1954, the Irish had to found, according to Britannica, which is an encyclopedia, they had to found, according to my connections, I have connections, I have sources in the prison world. Okay, according to my sources, I have multiple sources. They found that, and I think they got this from like a TV show, TV series. But anyway, that the Aryan Brotherhood was founded in a prison, San Quentin no less, up in NorCal, Bay Area, because what happened was they desegregated the prison population, and so they had to protect themselves because black criminal prisoners were R-wording. I know it's not a pleasant topic. The white male prisoners, one of them fought back. Some of them fought back. And from that, there was some inspiration, if you want to call it that, inspiration from whom or what, I don't know, God or Satan, but they did have to band together and protect one another, or at least that's what they saw to do. Maybe in their blindness, I don't know. But you can't just get R-worded. So they founded that because they kept on getting R-worded, raped by the blacks, black on white rape in prison. So it's not even real S word. It's degenerate homo S word, fake S. Sick stuff, huh? But those Irish criminals, they had to do something to protect themselves and one another. And it was some foolish thing. Evil 60s desegregation. Doesn't even make any sense. Even parents know that you separate brothers or siblings, brother and sister, or sister and sister, when they can't get along. And we all know that sometimes you have to separate blacks from one another. Much less the other races. And so I think about these Irish giving us normal whites who are not criminals and therefore not bringing trouble and our word upon ourselves. Thank God. A quote unquote bad name, because most of us whites, we're not into the race thing. Partly because we're not forced into being into it by way of black on white crime and stuff like that, because we're not among those criminals. We get away from them. We keep them separate so we can keep the peace and orderly. And then we allow quality blacks among us and invite them among us. And the blacks, too, separate themselves from the low quality fellow man. And the whites crack down on their own crime. They have snitch culture. We have snitch culture. We don't have this no snitch culture. Oh, we tell. Because we don't like that mess. But the Irish became cops too, I heard. And so they have like the code of silence stuff. Those Irish. I'm kind of right. The Irish didn't start the Aryan nation. I'm talking about Aryan Brotherhood. Aryan Brotherhood, prison gang. Kind of like the Salvadorians. MS-13, prison gang. Los Angeles prison gang. Aryan Brotherhood, San Quentin prison gang. FYI. That's right, Irish. That's right, Irish Repub. I'm not kissing up. He's using a vulgar word. I'm not kissing up to cops anymore because I found out that a lot of Irish became cops, and they were not these, they were like criminal cops. So, and a lot of cops are not whistleblowers on one another when they do wrong. Anyway, shout out to the Irish. I'm just talking about corrupt cultures, really. I love the Irish. I'm for the Irish. I'm pro-Irish. I'm pro-Italian even. I joke around with you guys. Some of you guys get mad, but that's sort of your problem. And I love blacks and the Hispanics and the Asians. I learned the word. You know how the BMW is called Beamer? There's a word for the really Hispanics, the really like Mexicans or whatever, that I learned from the Hispanics. Oh, I look kind of like I look like a beaner. I learned these words from them. And you're like, oh, it's using racial slurs. Calm down. We're cool, Hake. I'm not ginger, but I have green eyes. Nice. Criminal Irish cops. So history is Although I don't know much about history, I find it somewhat interesting. Modern day debate. In the chat, what's up, man? He says, I heard the word beaner from Hank in Breaking Bad. Hank, not to be confused with Hake. And he was, I think, a cop. Is he the one who was a cop? Maybe not a straight shooting cop. And the cops are allowed to be racist, quote unquote, because they're around the criminal element of these different races, you know? So, you know, one of my favorite callers, one of my co-hosts, Mark, he's Irish, and he was all into the, you know, the radical pro-white thing, the radical white stuff. Irish. So it's just ringing some bells in me. And I knew another Irishman woman who became like a commie for a short time. Those Irish, shout out to them. They're fighters, the fighting Irish. They're passionate people. They're squirrely. So, shout out. Killian is out of Ireland. A first-timer from Ireland. Killian, are you there?
How are you going, brother?
Doing fine. How are you?
Very good. I just wanted to say there's a lot going on in my nation, and I wanted to ask.
I gotta run, Kyle.
What's your research about the Aryan Nation?
I gotta run. He's trying to be fun. He's trying to be helpful and entertaining. When you try to be entertaining, it doesn't help, though. But man. Yeah, it's that guy again. Irish Repub 84. And he's Irish too, by the way, I think. He drinks. If he drinks, he's Irish. Shout out. Yes, dude, for real. Wow. Okay. Let me get my bearings. Okay, a super chat from Terry on the buymeacoffee.com/the Hake Report. I'm tired, she says. Whoa, pardon me. Tired of you blaming all of us Irish for what only some of us do. It sure gets me ticked and ready to fight. See? And she's obviously kidding around. And angry eyes, angry face. Because where is she really actually angry? She's playing with the fighting Irish, the angry Irish, the identifying with the Irishiosity, Irishness. She's playing like she's mad about me, and then by being mad about me saying something, she's confirming the thing, but playfully, totally. A shout out. See, Irish are funny too. All Irish. What did I say about all Irish? Yeah, I said Italian too. And there's something that maybe we can learn from them. And that is something good about whites and about, you know, decent human beings in general, is that Joel Friday, for example, you can appreciate somebody or something or some culture for the good aspects and throw the rest of it away. It doesn't, by throw the rest of it away is not try to embrace like the bad parts. You can appreciate the fairness, the good things. And, you know, some people really admire the Irish for fighting back. Perhaps fighting back in the wrong way at times. But, yeah. Anyway. Let me double check for any other super chats on the other platforms. The D Live crew. What's up, 555-555-565, I think. And Groovy Monkey with an ice cream. Thank you, sir. What's up, Twitch crew? Clovera, nice to see you. Kick, nobody there. I don't blame you. Facebook crew, Lisa. Nice. Nice to see you, people in the Facebook crew. I have some things that I may want to cover. Make sure that you do catch Joel Friday TV coming up. Joel Friday here. He is scheduled. Who is your leader? And it has a cartoon image of Jesus, but with no beard. Jesus as king, but with no beard. I don't know if it's Jesus, actually. Scratch that, but it has a picture of a king. Cool Papa J Magic asks, I hope Hake is not saying it's somehow wrong for Irish people to identify with being Irish. What, it depends on how you're doing it. Because as long as you're alive, I mean, you were raised Irish. What can you do? But identifying with the Irishness can be a hampering on you. I'm kind of not, somehow I'm not surprised, Cool Papa J Magic, if you are Irish. But a lot of, look at the blacks, them identifying with their blackness and how ridiculous and dumb they come off being that way. They forsake everything. They forsake what's right, truth, common sense, being into the black thing. So that's all I'm saying. You see it with the Irish too. You see it with the Italians too. So it's something to watch out for. Now, in the spirit of Joel Friday TV coming up here, I have found that there is an interesting phenomenon that happens with friendships, relationships, everything that you do. It is people are, we are, you are selfish. That I find it comforting to know that, because then you're able to realize that it doesn't matter. You can let it go because you were just holding on to, say, a relationship out of selfishness, or you had an idea about it and that idea was from selfishness. And then you have all these false, I feel like Kamala Harris a little bit. You have all these false notions or true incidents that did happen in the midst of this that you focus on, but the big picture, it doesn't matter. Like you have these facts about this relationship, right? If only she did this, if only she had more patience, if only I hadn't done that, or if only I hadn't had this mindset. But the truth is, those are little facts, and some of those are not even facts. It's as ifs. Those are dumber than facts, even dumber than facts, because facts are oftentimes just dumb. But you skip over to the big picture. It doesn't matter. You're being just two selfish people, being selfish, self-seeking. Oh, maybe this is the one, or whatever. Oh, I hope that this works out. And I feel like that's a big part of the reason that it doesn't work out, that hoping that it works out. Joel Friday had a great point yesterday. Catch Joel Friday TV. That let them hang themselves. Don't try to stop by hang themselves is do something that you wouldn't want them to do. Do something or say something or go in a direction that that would make it so that you wouldn't want to be with that person. Let them do that. Because if you try to stop them from doing that, you're trying to control and you're trying to play God and you're trying to hold on to this relationship. That relationship is your God. Isn't that interesting? And there's, it's so cool. Or that did I say dumb again? Did I say dumb? Did I slip and say dumb too much? Court in the chat, shout out to Court, says a real conversation is when both parties don't try to impose their will on one another. THEIR, Court. Yeah, is Court, what's the white version of Creole? Cajun? Is Cajun the white version of Creole? I don't know, but shout out to those people. Those mixed mess of a people. So nice. Shout out to JLP and Joel Friday. They have some sense. You say dumb about 20 times a show. Yeah. Make that 50 this show. But I find that to be a good lesson. A good, as the Bible says, meaningless. A chasing, everything is meaningless. A chasing after the wind. What's up, Ghost Patrick? Nice to see you, man. For a second, I was thinking Ghost Patrick. I was addressing him in the chat because he caught my eye. And Marcus Jones used to catch my eye in the chat because I like addressing people who disagree. I like it. But unfortunately, Marcus Jones is a total snake. You know, you can disagree, but contain yourself. Contain the snake within. Popcorn's Thump Keg is great at containing the snake within. He found out what lines not to cross, I guess. I don't know, because he kind of hinted at lines, and then I kind of hinted that those are lines. And so he respects the lines, and respect him. Be a snake like that. The serpent in the garden has to obey some rules. Marcus Jones banned. Ghost Patrick is great. Joe from Phoenix, Thin Ice. A shout out, but shout out to him. It's my own fault. Yeah, I liked Marcus too, and he's just, and I probably did it to him, brought it out of him by banning him. Crazy. Crazy stuff in the world. And indeed, it is the snake pit. It's not necessary to be like that. Okay. Bum. Did you want to hear a funny song? I mentioned that there was this song that one of the guys who hosted Hake on his show, he has made some interesting AI music. Let's just play this real quick for you guys. This might be blasting. Let me turn down this volume here, and then I'll get back to calls and wrap up. The Hake Report song. The lyrics are on it. And this is from Jake. Thank you, Jake. Thanks, Jake. I don't think it's...
Oh, yeah. Monday to Friday, he's on the air. Case reporting news with that bold stare.
Nice.
On the JLP network, he's holding strong. Debates and callers, yeah, he's never wrong.
That's right.
Interviewing legends from far and near. Mexico to Iowa, you'll always hear destiny and voice, they step to the mic, but hate holds his ground in every fight. It's the Hake Report.
Hake
yeah,
Report.
you live every day. Takes your calls, hear what you gotta say. From Richard Spencer to Steve King's views, tune in now for the Hake News.
Hake News, so nice. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Jake Husdon. Isn't that nice? he must have done quite a bit of work or something. I don't know how you guys make these AI songs. And he made it beta blank song. Says Alejandro Peleas. Isn't Pelear mean fight? He's a fighter. Alejandro. Something like that. This song sounds pretty wild. It reminded me of Andrew WK a little bit, and then a little bit of just pop singers. And it goes on, and it has beautiful lyrics. Thank you, sir. I prefer Hake News. Hake Report. I don't know. Are they down under? Anyway. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Cute and funny and clever. Monday through Friday. Live every day. Live every day. But we live every day. We'll try Rick in Rhode Island on the line here. Rick, thank you for calling and holding there, man. What's up?
Oh, no worries. How's it going, Hake?
I gotta go, man. I don't know what's wrong with you.
What the hell are you talking about?
I gotta go. Terrible. Sweet. Thanks again, Jake, from I don't know where he's from the country. Hang on, guys. Last quick story. What's wrong with the ladies? Ladies, relax. Don't try to hold on to life like this. A woman, pardon me, what's up, Jake? A woman, an older woman, dude, okay, is challenging rules that are banning mothers from being Miss America. The key word is Miss. If you're a mother, you're a Mrs. or a Ms. Ms could be either one. I'm okay with Ms. I was raised that way. Woman challenges banning mothers from Miss America and Miss World pageants. Pardon me. Oh, I think that's who's behind it. You just saw a hint of this evil woman. This is from last month, September 17th. So far-left extremist Associated Press and CNN style. And look at these gals, beauty pageant type gals. Shout out to the pageant little girls, or pageant little girl parents who listen to Hake, or at least a mother. Christina Pizkova, center, and 7 contestants at the Miss World Grand Finale somewhere in Mumbai. So who's this person in the center? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's center? Because there's like 2 in the center. Maybe this is the one, though. I don't know. It might be. She has dark roots, and it could be this same gal right here. I'm not sure. But they're mad that that mothers are not allowed to be Miss America or Miss World. And hey, shout out to mothers and shout out to the Miss America and Miss World. You don't go together. You don't go together. I never got into these beauty pageant things. I'm okay with Trump having gotten into doing them. But look at who they have. I think they have this person. Gloria Allred. Not a Christian, I don't think. Gloria Allred. This is the gal whom we protested back when we thought protesting was a good thing. Because she was bringing in all these women who were accusing Trump of bad things. I wonder if it is the black gal. No, I don't think so. Lord have mercy. Why would you care about that? They must be unmarried and have no children to compete. Duh, that's why they're called Miss. And yeah, Gloria Allred is in it. Gloria Allred, is she ever for anything good? I don't think that she is. Gloria Allred, feminist lawyer, liar. Check this out. This is from CNN. They're pushing their woman agenda. Woman victimhood, always trying to be all into every evil, ego, dumb thing. Danielle Hazel said Monday she's always dreamed of entering the competitions. Devastated she's no longer eligible because she had a son when she was just 19 years old. When I told Zion, who is now 6 years old, nice name, Zion, hey, about these rules, he had an immediate gut reaction. He said these rules are stupid. Yeah, they're stupid. Everything about the Miss America and Miss World is stupid, including her stupid dream of being Miss America or Miss World. Speaking at the women's rights pioneers movement. Evil women, they're worse than the Irish. At least the Irish were trying to protect themselves from getting Ard in jail, prison, San Quentin, according to my sources. His sense of fairness at only 6 years old tells him that is unjust and makes no sense. You're adding to it. You're adding to it. And that's because he's your son and you've taught him wrong. Hazel's lawyer. Evil Gloria Allred. Sick feminist. More like all I don't want to abuse her name in front of the kids. Commission on Human Rights seeks to end the requirements they deny and exclude mothers from an important business and cultural opportunity. As they should. They're supposed to. Discrimination is basic to life. It's degrading to Danielle. That's ridiculous. You're degrading your motherdom by trying to be a pretty gal in front of big part of the point to Miss America is being pretty for men, I guess, right? Do men keep up with this stuff? Trump did. He's a man. Wow, Allred already messed up Miss California and messed up the woman, the mother, the so-called family who was trying to be a Miss California, part of the Miss Universe and Miss USA organizations. Ridiculous. But shout out to these gals. They don't know what they're doing. They're lost. And Gloria Allred is helping them. The serpent in the garden, Gloria Allred, blind leader of the blind. An individual's status as a parent should not carry a stigma, and no person should have to feel embarrassed, humiliated, or degraded because they have become a parent, says Allred. It's funny that she's saying parent and not mother, because that's what a woman becomes. A woman becomes a mother. not apparent. But Gloria Allred is doing the setup to kiss up to the transgenders, maybe? Or the non-binaries, maybe? Lost people. Wow, Miss Ukraine 2018 had her title stripped when they learned that she had a child. Based. I remember that Ukrainian Miss Japan gal? The Ukrainian anchor baby to Japan became Miss Japan. Terrible. They've been subverting even Japan, taking away their It's an attack on Japanese, and it's an attack on the whites, and it's an attack on common sense. You don't even want to be this. You're just caught up. Terrible. Hake going on in hard on the single mom and the pageant gals. Yes, I am. Gross. Matthew, contain. Behave yourself. Kids, don't look at chat. Rick in Hampton, Virginia. I could not get to you and the rest of the callers. Super chats, I'll have to read your super chats tomorrow if I missed any. Oh, yes, indeed, I did miss some. I will. Little Rock, Itman, and Skyjack. I appreciate it. What do I want to play today? Should we finish the Hake Report song? I guess we'll do that. Guys, this has been the Hake Report. Catch Joel Friday TV. Catch Joel Friday. It's so cool. Where am I? Adios, America. Enjoy the Hake Report. I feel like I'm down under the beautiful criminal Australians. Bye, guys. Take care.
Across the sea, hate keeps it real, let the truth run free.
Yeah.
Producing church with JLP, Paul never me, building strong, you'll see.
What?
He's out there debating, no fear in his eyes.
No fear.
Breaking down the lies, calling out the disguise. From the kill stream to Dylan's table.
Oh, yeah.
Hate stands firm, he's always able. The Hake Report, yeah, he's live every day. Take short calls, hear what you gotta
So
say.
good.
From Richard Spencer to Steve King's views. Tune in now for the Hake News.
This is awful. This is Clayton. No, this is good. I never saw American Pie, and I'm glad.
Thank the supporters, the live chat crew. Super chats rolling, keeping it true. Comment, subscribe, every call, every share. The Hake Report's taking it everywhere.
I remember this one from when I was a wee little lad. Great
So
song.
call in live, hear what's in store. With Hake on the mic, you're always wanting more. It's a family show, no
Family
gossip
show.
or hate. Just truth and news every weekday at 8. It's the Hake Report, yeah, he's live every day. Take short calls, hear what you gotta say. From Richard Spencer to Steve King's views.
King.
Tune in now for the Hake News.
Tune in now for the Hake News. Wow. Well, thank you guys for bearing with me through that beautiful music, courtesy of Jake Husdon. Much appreciated, Jake Husdon. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Maybe if you go through the hell that it takes, you know? Bye, guys. Catch Joel Friday TV coming up next. And again, sorry, Rick and Hampton VA and the rest in the super chatters. Have to read them tomorrow. Bye, guys.